Hello, Lisa. Stephen here. I just want to give you a little quick 5-minute overview of Standout for your event on Saturday. Thank you again so much for doing this. Um, Here's the new covers. We've made a very bold statement with the covers. We received it's actually the student it's great. We're really selling it very well. Many people know the name Heinle. English in Action and Downtown were two series that were actually quite popular in LAUSD and LA and actually nationwide. Downtown is actually written by an author in LAUSD. His name is Ed McBride. He may come by the booth. Anyway, in 2011, we partnered with National Geographic, and then we changed our name to National Geographic Learning. Okay, so it wasn't a buyout, it wasn't a selling. We just used them as our partner. So the National Geographic Society is a nonprofit, and a portion of the proceeds from our textbook sales go actually back into the society to fund some of these expeditions. So it's kind of a nice situation to tell them about this relationship. The Standout series, it's 6 levels. There's a basic level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beginning, low, basic, and Standout 1 are covered the same material. In other words, basic is slightly slower paced, and book 1 is faster paced. So what it would mean, you could show them, this would merely mean if someone comes to adult school with maybe a 3rd grade education or so, they would probably feel more comfortable in the basic. But let the program make their own decision on how they want to do it. So anyway, it's 6 levels, basic 1 through 5. These are 5 things. I don't want to overwhelm you with a bunch of stuff. 5 things. The workbook is now expanded. Okay, it's 3 pages, and there's a practice test. I think the main thing to ask them, someone says, boy, I don't know, Standout. If you mention the grammar challenge, they will know that because it was very popular. Even if they never used Standout, they used the grammar challenge. Well, the new expanded workbook is the same content as the grammar challenge. We just call it the workbook. It includes that same content and more. Another new feature, number 2, textbook includes authentic National Geographic content, and that's via the reading challenge at the end of every unit of the textbook. The audio program is free for the students, and they download it on our website. So that's a new feature to show, to talk to them about. So just 1, 2, 3. Here's 4 authentic National Geographic video clips, and then complete coverage of the CASAS competencies and college and career readiness standards, or CCRS. Okay, so those are the top things. I'm going to send you a copy of this to make reference to. Okay, so the expanded workbook, as I mentioned, it's 3 pages. It goes with each lesson. Textbook has the lessons are 3 pages. The workbook now has 3 pages, and there's a practice test, CASA style. Again, I mentioned in the previous edition, the workbook was called the Grammar Challenge, so that could be a talking point. Audio's for free, download it on our website. Just so you know, we offer the instructors the traditional audio CDs for them to use in the classroom. Okay. The reading challenge, now this is really excellent. They read an authentic informational reading passage. So this is kind of the new buzzword, authentic and informational reading. So these are stories of these scientists who are doing their studies, and we take an authentic passage and we rewrite it. We scaffold it for them, and I'll show you that when we take a quick look. The National Geographic video, again, we take authentic content. It's in the textbook, and it's called the Video Challenge. There's only 2 per level. You'll see that in the front matter and in the book. And these are neat because we've taken this authentic content, but we've scaffolded by rewriting the narration and then re-recording it so the student can understand it. So for instance, in the basic or level 1, the narration is all present tense. And we've made it really simple for them to be able to understand the content, this authentic content. Okay? There's also a life skill video. Most people may remember that, but it's fun. It's a sketch, a cast of reoccurring characters, Hector, Mateo, Naomi, Mr. Patel, and it reuses vocabulary and grammar from the lessons of the standout. And that appears one per unit of standout. So there's 8 units in the textbook. So there's 8 video clips of this life skill video, but just 2 National Geographic clips. So you've got 10 video clips per level. Okay. It's the CD-ROM, and all this really cool thing is that the CD-ROM has all 6 levels on one disc. So it's kind of nice. They don't grab the wrong one, or they can use different levels. Okay, so that's pretty much my quick run through. Let me show you a couple other things. First of all, let me show you this. Here's from the unit, the book 1. So it's going to look like, here's the opening unit with this picture, the National Geographic picture. It renders much better when you have the 2-page spread. But you'll see that where are you from is the lesson, and then the workbook will have the same title. So 3 pages lesson in the textbook, 3 pages of lessons in the workbook. The workbook is in black and white. Nice mixture. We've got illustrations, some photos you'll see. Here's photo. And it's just they did a really good job of making it really not look too juvenile, looks adult, looks sophisticated. Okay. When you get to the end of the unit, there's a review. It's pretty self-explanatory. But here's this new thing. The life skill video we introduced last edition, but it wasn't in the textbook. So now it's actually in the textbook, which is kind of nice. So students and teachers know about it. So there's the life skill video. You've got the review, which is just pretty standard. And then at the end of the unit, there's a class project. A lot of teachers don't like to teach that way. But anyway, it's there. And then the final thing is this National Geographic Explorer. The Explorer is a title given to a young scientist. So here's a gentleman who is an explorer who goes and lives in the wild. Here's what it looks like. You can see it when you take a look at the book. Very simple, because this is the book 1. It'll get more challenging. Predict, look over there. And here's the reading. Actually, this is atypical. It's usually a reading, but this is an interview. So you can see it's very short, and you can see it's very accessible for the student. So that's a quick run through of the book. You'll have them there to take a look at. Let me show you one other quick thing, is that we have the request forms. So do your best to get the name, the school, email, really try to get emails so I can start sending out, contacting these people. LAUSD's recently restructured, so I'm still trying to figure that out. And this is always helpful, what level that they teach and what's their current textbook and if they're thinking of changing it. Okay, so in addition to that, I'm also going to give you copies. Sorry, I didn't have this handy, but let me just briefly dig it out. We're going to have an event coming up, and it's going to be in October 29th. It's going to be an event, professional development. I'll have these flyers. It explains. We're actually going to have a National Geographic explorer, a scientist, come. This guy's awesome. He's discovered, not really discovered, he's brought to light a boiling river in Peru, and he's gone down there and worked in the Amazon. And so it's really exciting to bring these people out. So you'll have copies of this flyer to be able to pass out and talk about. So that's it, my quick 5-minute, hopefully it's a 5-minute thing, and we will be in touch via email, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Thanks.